Hello, everybody, and welcome to Swampy Comics. I'm Swampy, and today we're going to be going through the new comics that came out this week of March 18th, 2026. We're going to be going through the stack that I got and throwing everything on the Guy Gardner tier list. We got 8 comics to go through, mostly DC and Marvel, but with one image book in there. So let's get right to it with Absolute Flash number 13. This is written by Jeff Lemire with art by Heining, colors by Adriano Lucas, and letters by Tom Napolitano. And as it says right at the top of the issue there, a new story starts here. And we're beginning year 2 of Absolute Flash with Wally heading back to Ralph Dibny's mission for homeless youth. After everything that went down at Fort Fox regarding his father getting stuck in the still point with Barry Allen, the monstrous Eobard Thawne emerging from said still point, everything that went down with the rogues, and now he's separated from Grodd. So while he's feeling very lonely in the world, this was kind of a more of a relaxed issue in the way where it was more about him getting to know Linda, and you learn a bit about how Wally's mom passed, which is super tragic, and he's bonding with Linda and showing off his powers to her. And that was pretty cool. But not a lot happened in this issue. I don't mean to sound down on it. It's just there wasn't a lot to be excited except for the end reveal of Mirror Master. But seeing this is like also at the end, part 1 of 2 of this Mirror Master story, and it's like we just saw Mirror Master in the last 2 pages, and that's part 1 of this little story. Like, come on, let's do a little more here. But I don't mean to sound down on Absolute Flash. I think this is a tremendous book. I just think on rereads, this might be the issue that I kind of skim through. And, every comic series has those. So this week, we're just going to put it in the C tier. It's a pretty average book. Like I said, just not a lot happened. But I mean, good character building for Wally. It was kind of cool to see that Ralph Dibny does have his back, since the DEO stopped by and was asking about him. And Ralph Dibny ain't no snitch. He ain't gonna rat Wally out. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, just kind of a more average book in what I think is a very strong title overall. Next up, we got Batwoman #1 from DC's Next Level Publishing Initiative. This is written by Greg Rucka with art by Danny, colors by Matt Hollingsworth, and letters by Hassan Otsmain Al-How. And this was I liked this a lot. And the only real gripe that I had with it is that this is, and I knew this going into it. So this was like a continuation of Greg Rucka's earlier run with Batwoman and the New 52 that I guess he never got to finish. So this is just really throwing you into the deep end. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm super interested by it. Honestly, my intrigue in Batwoman was just mostly from the questions all along the Watchtower miniseries from last year. I really liked her character in that. Learned a little bit about the character, and so was excited enough to pick up this book, and I'm glad I did. I really enjoyed the art in this. The art style is very, very different to, I mean, DC is just killing it with the wide berth of artists that it employs for its titles, and Danny is right up there with a nice, intriguing style. It almost reminds me of early Dennis Cowan, like when he was doing The Question a little bit. But I really liked it, and I'm really intrigued to see what this book and character are about. So much so that um, right now on the DC Unlimited app, I'm currently reading the 80s Justice League Unlimited and Poison Ivy, and I might be putting the brakes on one of those. Or I'm sorry, Justice League International, not Unlimited. But yeah, I might be putting the brakes on one of those to go ahead and catch up with Rucka's old run with Batwoman because yeah, this really, really intrigued me. I did enjoy this, but as a new reader, I did feel a little lost in the sauce. So that's why this one's just going to go on the B tier right here. And on to our next book, Captain America #8. This is written by Chip Zdarsky with art by Jan Bazaldua, colors by Romulo Fiardo Jr., and letters by Joe Caramagna. And yeah, I am getting excited for the future of this Armageddon thing. We are setting up a whole lot here with the Red Hulk as an antagonist who seems like he's probably going to be acting without, the permission of the U.S. government, which is going to make things pretty interesting if he's planning to invade Latveria all on his own. Um, and yeah, we're just finding out how brutal this Salvation character is, and learning more about these Latvian resistance forces, and yeah, this was a really dense issue, and I liked it a lot. I'm thoroughly enjoying Zdarsky's run. There was definitely a little less action, but so much setup and so much to get excited about. Regarding the big scope of things, and I can't wait to see how this wraps up and where we end up going after this, because I think we're in for a wild ride. I'm pretty stoked on this title. So we're going to go ahead and throw this issue in A tier right there. Next up, a book from DC's Vertigo imprint, End of Life #2. This is written by Kyle Starks with art by Steve Pugh, colors by Chris O'Halloran, and letters by Becca Carey. Eddie Stallion stuck in his hometown with his dad who, wants to kill him in his sleep. All just trying to exist as kind of the only asshole in a town full of really nice people. Um, I just think he's, oh yeah, you love to hate Eddie Stallion already. I mean, I'm 2 issues in and I'm already like, I hate this guy. He's one of my favorite comic book characters. Like, just the tone that Starks is laying down here, and the art by Steve Pugh really matches. And everybody's killing it. The colors with Chris O'Halloran, like the palette of this is just really bright, keeping Eddie in bright reds really works to really set him outside of normalcy from the other characters. And already meeting up with his old gang that he botched the heist with in the first issue, and kind of clearing up that loose end was pretty awesome and fun. What a bloody mess. And Eddie's just such an idiot. I really am enjoying End of Life. Um, I mean, Vertigo is, not counting Nice House, because I'm going to get into that later. I have the hardcover of all 12 issues of Nice House on the Lake. Me and my fiance, we're going to go through that together pretty soon, and then get into the sea, and then start reading the floppies of 7 and on. But, you know, yeah, these 3 books, the Bleeding Hearts, End of Life, and The Peril of the Brutal Dark, are just killing it so far. I cannot wait for more. I cannot wait for more. Yeah, this is I'm vibing with this title big time. A tier, no question. Great book. Great book. Next up, G.I. Joe #20 from Image Comics, written by Joshua Williamson with art by Andrea Milana, and colors by Lee Lawfridge with letters by Russ Wooten. And 2 titans of leadership finally meet in the Energon universe. Optimus Prime is here to meet with Duke to kind of clear the air and let him know that, hey man, like that guy that killed your buddy, Starscream, he's dead. Don't worry about it. And they kind of find some common ground, as well as Clutch and Hound having some great moments outside of Duke and Optimus's conversation, just totally roasting them for their overly positive and inspiring leadership style speeches, and which I thought was great. Gave me a literal cackle out loud. Yeah, I'm really loving this. It seems like we're off to the races here. We're introducing characters from the Mask universe and Matt Tracker. It's really fun to see Snow Job come up at the end of this issue, and he's going to be trying to track down Scarlet because there's a bounty on Scarlet's head. There's a lot of moving parts going on in G.I. Joe, and I'm still trying to catch up with all of them. But I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy this series. This issue ruled. I'm really excited to see where we go from here. G.I. Joe number 20. You can also be in the 8 here. There we go. Oh, next up, my most anticipated book of the week, possibly the year, definitely the month. Um, Lobo number 1, written by Scotty Young with art by Jorge Corona, colors by Jean-Francois Belot, and letters by Nate Piekos. And holy crap, I'm a huge Lobo fan. Um, he's the showcase today. I had to get that foil cover with him flying with the dolphins in the background. But oh boy, did I enjoy this! It was everything that I expected it to be and wanted it to be. Um, I found it a blast. Going through, just getting reintroduced to Lobo at his core was a lot of fun. The big there's like 2 double-page spreads that go through his history, and as somebody that is already familiar with his history, I really enjoyed that. I liked seeing all that in that condensed form. It was pretty cool and funny. Just like this whole book was, just pretty cool and funny and ridiculous and over the top, absurd in every right way. You know, Throwing out barbs at other properties while also in the same breath roasting itself and its very existence. This just hit on all tones for me. Yeah, Lobo's a pretty divisive character, and I'm probably in the minority here with how much I'm going to glaze this title. But this was near perfect for me. It was everything that I wanted and hoped it would be, and even turned a lot of that up to a notch. Like some of the Jorge Corona in this art is so over the top that yeah, I'm mixing up words and stuttering. That's how much I like that because yeah, I just had total fun. Yeah, undeniable S tier for me. Lobo number 1. Really excited for 2, and I really hope this book is successful enough to go for a solid 24 issues at least. Like it would be fun to get 2 years of this, like just the longest Lobo title outside of old Twilight New 52 Lobo. But yeah, Lobo, 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 Lobo. Frag yes. Next up, Superman Unlimited, number 11. This is written by Dan Slott, with art by Lucas Meyer, colors by Giuliano Paratelli, letters by Dave Sharp. And oh boy, are we throwing John Kent lore into the deep end with this one. Not only is John Kent over on the New Titans team, but he's also in Superman Unlimited, where we're dealing with his young self and a future version of himself called Tomorrow Man, and his regular aged self, all dealing with his new arch enemy, the fourth dimensional demon master Tix, which Tix is, yeah, whatever. I love this. I am such on a high of Superman stuff right now. I just feel like between Mark Waid and Dan Slott and Joshua Williamson, um, there what wrong can be had? And even what Sophie Campbell's doing over on Supergirl, things in the super world are so fun and good right now. I really liked this issue. It was a little confusing, but I bet on a second read I'm gonna, digest it a little easier. But Dan Slott's spinning a lot of plates with this one, and I really, really like the direction that this book is going to be going for the next little while with this Reign of the Superboys kind of not total event, but mini event going on in between the super books. But yeah, this rules. Definite A tier book for me for sure. And last but not least, from Marvel Comics, we got Wade Wilson Deadpool number 2, as written by Benjamin Percy with art by Jeff Shaw, colors by Alex Sinclair, and letters by Joe Sabino. And in this issue, we have Deadpool killing a bunch of criminal clowns. Yeah, the cover's pretty honest, except for it happens on a subway, and it is a blast. It's fun to see, Wade tried to be a hero, and we're not getting much more of an answer of what happened to his daughter, but we're getting some hints that it was clearly something really, really bad that was, let's be honest, probably his fault. Um, yeah, I like this whole device with him getting these notes so he can go out and prevent crime. But now he's going to have to deal with old Hammerhead, knowing that he has these notes and has been getting them. Um, yeah, I really like this. This is Percy's doing Deadpool perfectly. Like this is my tone of Deadpool. A little funny, not breaking the fourth wall too much. I'm probably gonna stress these points every time I read a goddamn Deadpool book, but um, but totally bloody and violent without having to make the art do a lot of heavy lifting with making him look all chibi or cutesy or overly silly or in a costume, like he's Mr. Mixolydic, from one frame to the next. Like this is a great restrained Deadpool, and I just think it's great. It's firing on all cylinders. I really like this book. Um, we're gonna throw that. I don't know how it ended up in B. I thought this was A tier. There we go. A tier. There you are, Wade Wilson, Deadpool. And those are our comics for this week. I think it's probably, you know, pretty obvious what I think the book of the week is. Let's go ahead. Oh no, you don't. Come on, there we go. Boom, the main man, Lobo. That's the book of the week for me. Probably pretty divisive. Definitely not for anybody. But if this kind of thing is for you, just hyper violent, absurd, cartoony, near nonsense, then yeah, if you're into that, then this is the book for you. I loved it. I loved every damn page of it. So there we go. That's the books for this week. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you were into this week. If you had a different pick of the week, I'd love to hear about it. Throw it in the comments below. Give a like and a subscribe. That always helps. And until next time, stay safe out there and keep reading. Thanks for watching.